Hello everyone, welcome back to another video to the Intro to Durham University series. Today I'm going to be talking about formals, Ents and balls at Castle. We have our formals, as I said before, twice a week, but also we have themed formals as well. So we have formals like Chinese New Year formal, Diwali formal, and these are all special themed with the special food from that nation. People get to wear their different pieces of clothing from their own country just so we can celebrate their culture and also the diversity at Castle. On top of that, we have things like the Think Pink formal in the age of breast cancer now, and also we have the First Date or Awkward formal, and these are basically in aid of the Durham University charity committee. Usually people sign up as normal, and also then they get a seating plan which is randomised throughout the whole week before the formal. They get the chance to move people around by paying about 50p to £1, I think, and they can move people around to make things awkward or make things funny between the tables as well. So this is quite a good way to socialise and also meet new people, but at the same time raise money for charity. We then have something that I'd like to call the super formals, which are the Christmas formal and the college feast. So these super formals are very competitive. We have the 4-course meals and also a champagne reception beforehand as well. And the budget for the food is usually slightly bigger, so they get better food. We also of course have the Christmas tree in the Great Hall as well. So everything is decorated and everything looks so festive. And it is probably one of the favourite formals of mine, except for College Feast as well. So College Feast, again, another 4-course, very competitive formal, and basically it is a formal to kind of celebrate our identity as a college. The one thing that makes me prefer Christmas formal to the College Feast is the just endless carol singing in the hall, even though normally that's not allowed. So normally people can't stand up or talk loudly until the senior student of the college stands up and bow out to the master of the high table. I would say for Christmas formal that rule is slightly neglected. People do just go on a rampage with carols, and it's the best atmosphere ever in the Great Hall. So normally if you want, you can have a bottle of wine at the formal, and you have to get that bottle of wine from the bar itself, because the bar does subsidise most of the formal fees. So it just works well that you pay money to the bar and the bar pays back to the formal. So it's just a service to the JCR basically. Then we're on to Ents. So Ents are the events that we put on at college, and things like Christmas Ents, and previously we've had St. Patrick's Day and also end of Epiphany Ents. So these are basically an excuse for the college to get on a dance floor in the bar and just put on some loud music so people can stay in the bar and just socialise and turn it into a dance floor basically. And these are just great events for students to balance their workload and also their fun as well during term time. Then at the end of the year we have Beer Fest and also Castle Day. So these are great alumni events as well, so loads of them come back, and just to basically get the sense of the Castle spirit again. So other colleges, their college days are really big, and it's probably the biggest event for their college. But for Castle, we have our June Ball the week after. So normally Castle Day isn't a big thing, but again, it's another great attempt to get people back into college and mingle as well. And finally, we are onto the balls. At Castle, we have 3 balls, 1 per term. In the first term in November, we have Ladies' Night, which the ladies are in charge of the invitations, so they get to invite their date. In my freshest year, the theme was Brothers Grimm, so each room was turned into a Brothers Grimm's fairy tale, and it was really well decorated actually. Then in my second year, Ladies' Night had the Murder Mystery Masquerade Ball. Each room was turned into a different murder mystery stories, and normally second years have to work Ladies' Night just because you would have been in your first year as well. So I was working behind bar this year and I didn't get to experience the ball on the other side. Then we have the February Ball, which is Halfway Hall, and this is the second year's ball to commemorate their halfway point of their degrees. This year, as my halfway hall, we had Hogwarts as our theme, which is quite fitting. It was quite a special moment to walk into the ball and everything just looking so like Hogwarts. We each had a wand and also name cards, as well as a castle personalised Marauders map. Then there were long tables, so we were sorted into houses. It was just such a fulfilling event because after a very long term and a half of just working really hard, then you get to go to this event to celebrate it with your friends. And finally, we are onto June Ball, the biggest and grandest event in the Durham social calendar. Each ticket costs about £140 on average, and you have to buy the tickets in pairs. So we have quite a big budget to play around with, and we get 12 hours to explore around the castle grounds as well. So some rooms that we normally don't get to go to are open for everyone to explore. Last year as a fresher, the June Ball theme for me was All the World's a Stage. So each room was opened and decorated into different themes. For example, in the marquee where we had our 3 hours meal, it was Moulin Rouge. Then we had The King and I, Chicago, and there are loads of different themes as well that I can't remember at the top of my head. Normally the theme is a secret until the moment you walk into the marquee to the meal or into the castle itself. So unless you're on the committee or you're on the prep team, probably won't find out the theme beforehand. This year, as a second year, I joined the June Ball committee and we had one of these jumpers. I was the graphic designer, so I designed the June Ball logo and also these jumpers as well. And it was just a great way to get involved again in college. And I got to find out the secretive theme before everyone else as well. So it was a great experience overall. June Ball preparation starts really at the end of November, at the end of Ladies' Night. Then we have a whole operation of subcommittees as well, sub-teams. We have sponsorship and publicity, we have food, drinks, entertainment, creative, things like that. And it all comes together in the final term when we have our exams as well. So on top of our degrees, we have to manage the June Ball as well. So it was a stressful but very productive term, and also it was very rewarding at the end as well, when the night came and people were just so happy and tell you that it was a great job. It's just that sense of achievement at the end of the night that made me want to get involved in college that much and made me want to get involved in June Ball. I can't do these events justice really by just talking. I will just show you some photos and videos just to give you a taster as well. These events wouldn't happen without the social chair and his or her Ents committee and the June Ball committee. They work tirelessly every week just to hand make the decorations and also organise all the admin, food and drink stuff. And overall I just loved the experience. So I hope you do get to experience that at some point. If you have any questions, again, do feel free to leave comments below. Thank you very much for your attention and for your support so far. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you next time.